we find ourselves in the playoffs. There are 3 stages, first of which has 2 legs. And I have already played the first one. So I'll show you what happened in that game, and then we'll move ourselves on to the second leg. Welcome back, Club 4, Episode 3 of the wonderful Doleboy. We do find ourselves now with the second leg, as I mentioned, against Go Ahead Eagles. You can see above me that we've already played leg 1, and the form itself did take quite a dip towards the end of the season, unfortunately so. But what we will be looking at doing now is running through those, updating you on that. But just before I do so, if you could do me the favour of liking, subscribing, show your support on the channel, it'd be greatly appreciated. So we did play 7 games in the league after you last were with me, of which we did only win 1. We scored 3 times and conceded 5. So the whole formation kind of just dropped off a cliff, and I don't know why it became less effective. I honestly couldn't tell you. I've had little tweaks with it here and there since then, and I think I found one that works. I say little tweaks. This is quite a big one. From the few things that I changed, I noticed certain things that were working. One of which having a half-back sat in front of the centre-backs. Thought that was working really well. When we had the 2 Mazzalas, that was working quite strong. And I did have 3 forwards that seemed to be working. But the wingers just weren't doing a lot outside of that kind of target forward. So I've decided to bring Danda in, have an advanced playmaker behind the 2 forwards, and then kind of stagger the strikers and the Mazzalas support and attack. Hence why we've got a narrow diamond. So we have Koopmans in goal, Seedorf, Van Buren, Oudkoot, and Leleveld as the back 4, Adrian as the holding midfielder, Klaas and Hay as the Mazzalas, and then Danda completing the midfield. We have Kishna and Owusu as the strikers. Go Ahead are lining up with the 4-3-3. Their form's dropped off a little bit towards the end of the season, but it has definitely been stronger than ours. And as covered, ours is pretty poor. We've not won in our last 5, and we need to find ourselves winning this game to get through to the next round. Just past half an hour, Tudor throws it to Brewers, to Tudor, and then a forward to McGeehan. We're closing down. I'm a fan of the closing down part of it. It's just, I don't know, it's just not linking enough as it should do. Fofana got through, but Koopmans made the good save. It is now a corner for Go Ahead. It's going to be put in by, whenever it shows me who it is, Macaulay. He puts it towards the near post, and that head finds its way just over. We do now see ourselves at half-time. Things aren't really going as well as I want them to be going. I know we're the away team, so we shouldn't expect to be dominating. But there's just a little bit missing, and I'm not sure exactly what it is. I might drop Danda back into the midfield, play him as an advanced playmaker on attack, straight through the middle. Hopefully that will do it, because I'm just not a fan of a centre attacking mid. I just never think that you get a good rating out of him. He is our worst performer, discounting our centre-back, which could be a good sign. It's a throw for us on the right-hand side. Seedorf throws it to Owusu, and Lumor, is that? Just 2-footed him by the looks of it. They are now a man down. They've brought on Brian for Macaulay. Hopefully now we can capitalise. Hay puts in a free kick from the left side. It's poorly dealt with. Kishna pokes it in, but the ref seems to be getting involved. Kishna might have been fractionally offside. What are you saying, ref? Just checking it. We've got VAR. It appears to have been given. Beautiful. Find ourselves 1-0 up. 51 minutes on the clock. There we go. Here's our highlight. So Kishna, everyone's onside. Literally everyone. Why are we wasting our time? Oudkoot has a free kick on the left back position. Don't know why I was going to say on the left side. Oh, good work, Leleveld. Cut back. You've already got past the man, and then he cuts back, puts the ball into danger. Koopmans made a fantastic save from the volley from that cross. It is another corner for them, which is going to be put in by Sontheimer. He puts it towards the near post again. Oh, and Fofana, it does count. I wasn't sure if it was going to or not. Brilliant header from them. Annoyingly so. They've scored a goal with a header from the near post. It's just really poor marking by the looks of that. I've brought Castro on for Danda and shuffled Hay over to be our playmaker. Dander's got a little bit of an injury at the moment, not playing as well as he could do with that. And I've also brought Van Zupton on for Oudcote, who was the centre-back that got beaten in the air, and he's not playing particularly well at all. Kishner with a free kick from deep, plays it short to Castro on the edge of the area, back to the free kick taker, cross to the back post, Owusu's wide open, and he seems to be good. Yeah, the lino stood still, but he's not getting involved. Ref's not getting involved. And there's another quick goal. Good play. No, it's completely unmarked for some reason. Really poor marking from him, but I'm more than happy to take advantage of that. I'm going to drop us down to just cautious, start wasting a little bit of time. When we get closer to 80, 85, we'll really push that back as well. So we are now roughly 83 minutes in, so I'm going to drop these back properly and then really just try and choke the game if we can. Slow the pace down, and out of possession we'll drop back slightly as well. Now hopefully we'll just see that tick down and nothing further happening except for this free kick. Towards the near post once more, but the header's over, fortunately. 5 minutes injury time, but no further highlights. And we're through. Beautiful. Decent performance from both the strikers. Happy with that. Let's find our way into the next round. We do find ourselves in, I assume this is labelled as the semi-final. I'm not 100% sure. We have Almere City, who we have played throughout the season. We did manage to pick up a 2-1 win at home. So the new formation seems to be helping because we lost against these in the previous episode, if you remember. And alongside that, there's Sparta Rotterdam and Roda, who are also through. So Sparta are the team that finished in the relegation playoff places, and Roda, obviously, in the playoffs along with ourselves. Our team for the game will be Koopmans in goal, Lelyveld, Van Buren, Van Zupton, and Adrian as the back four. Huybert behind Castro and Zuiverloon as the Mazzalas, and Klaas playing in the middle of that as our playmaker. We still have Shahaj and Owusu playing as the strikers. I'm inclined to swap them that way around, and then it will allow me to put Shahaj as the advance forward. I think Owusu will probably fit better as the deep line forward. Almere are lining up with pretty poor form and a 4-2-3-1. So it's not the 4-3-3 that we're seeing all the time, but it's also pretty familiar for us. We are seeing ourselves off the back of 2 wins. Hopefully we can make it 3 by the end of the episode. There's a free kick deep. Klaas puts it towards Shahaj, and it has found its way in. The referee is getting involved. In each of our games, we've had an early goal, which has been delayed for VAR. The other one, I think, was on the 2nd minute. This one, hopefully, they give us on the 1st. It's been disallowed. It's unfortunate. We'll have a little look as to why that was. So Klaas puts the free kick, and yeah, Shahaj just stepped past his last man. This guy's about a mile off. Who is it? I assume it was Owusu, actually. 17 minutes. Salquist puts it to Essayaj, Smeets, Bangura, and then back to Lazar. So they're comfortably playing it between the 3 of them. See, we have the defence playing narrow, and there's just so much room on the wing for their guy, which I know is kind of the purpose of it, but we need to stop doing that. So I'm going to turn it off right now, because crosses are OP. I don't know why he's doing this, because I'm pretty comfortable to say that their goal was onside. Let's have a look from VAR so they can get involved and give the goal. What a surprise. Salquist has the ball on the right, puts it in towards the middle, Smeets, and then intercepted by Lelyveld. Our right back's powering forward. Klaas feeds it through to Owusu, gets himself into the area, and he does score. I wasn't expecting him to finish that. We do see ourselves on evil terms. That's not a thing. Equal terms on the night. And we're a goal ahead on aggregate. Nice little run here from the right back. Good pass to Klaas. Brilliant through to Owusu. Finds himself in acres of space. And I was expecting him just to kick it at the goalkeeper. But he's found the bottom corner for us. There's a throw in right on the corner flag. Van Buren back to Lelyveld. Forward towards Castro. Huybert. Van Buren. Klaas. Over the Van Zupton. Over to Van Zupton, I was meant to say. Zuiverloon. I thought Adrian was going to make the run. I thought they were going to fast it through to him, but no, he just cut back immediately. Adrian on the left. Gets past his man. Whips a ball in, does he? He does. Shahaj. Oh, and he's not even able to get close to the ball there. We've got the ball again. Centre circle. Shahaj. Castro runs through the gap of the centre-back and full-back. And that's what I was expecting Owusu to do. Sherpen makes the save. Another highlight. Pretty snappy. Adrian all the way back to the goalkeeper. Koopmans just bashes it forward. Shahaj doesn't win the header, but Castro picks up the loose ball. and runs himself out wide. There's 4 men in the box at the moment. Castro does put the ball in. Huybert's only found its way in. It's 4-2 to us on aggregate. 2-1 for the second game. Good run here from Castro. I thought he kind of ruined it because he ran all the way down to the byline. But he cuts back. A mistimed header from their player. Huybert's makes the volley. Beautiful goal. We're through to the second half now. Sparta Rotterdam are currently 2-0 up. So if we do keep the legs as they are, we will be meeting them in the final. A brilliant fizzed cross to Owusu on the back post. He has put it in, but the ref's getting involved once more, so I'm sure VAR are going to cast their beady eye over it. I can't see why it's not allowed, but we didn't see him at the back post, to be fair. And it has been given. I'm sure they'll give us a better angle on it. So here's Owusu at the back post. Castro turns on it. Oh no, Lelyveld smashes it across. Owusu just gets a little bit better of a launch on his man. Nods it into an empty net. We are 3 up on aggregate. Brilliant cross. Good call from VAR as well. Happy days. I'm slowly becoming a bit of a fan of this tactic. I've asked the fullbacks and everyone to still get out there and do quite a lot of crosses because we know it works. But for some reason, the wingers just, they weren't doing it for us at the moment. Well, they weren't. So I'm happy with how things are going. There's 15 minutes left. Because I assume the final might be quite soon. I'll wait to see how this highlight finishes. And I might take Owusu off. I believe he's on for his hat-trick. But I'd rather have him fresh for the final than completing a hat-trick in this game. But we'll see how this highlight goes. Hopefully it's in our favour. Mikkelsen, Arveiler. Balls back to Assayas. Salquist. I'm going to drop us to cautious at the moment. Salquist runs all the way to the byline. Back to Van Herven. Cross to the back post. And it's over. Right, so pause. We've got 3 subs to make. And some tactics to change. So we'll do the tactics first. I'm just going to go straight up with wasting time. We'll be more disciplined in transition. We'll just hold shape, slow the pace down, and out of possession, we'll just drop the line of engagement back slightly. I've made the subs here in regards to just kind of eking out the game. I've brought in Bergstrom in midfield for Klaas, who's currently booked anyway, so I can't afford to lose in there. And I've changed it from being an advanced playmaker, just being a ball-winning mid in the middle. We've brought on Postma for Van Buren and Howers on for Owusu. So I know Owusu is on for his hat-trick, but more important for him to be fresh as possible for that next game. Into the last 5 minutes, it seems that the tactics have helped. Van Herven cross to the back post. Everyone's just left that Artson. Cross it again to the back post. Oh, and it has found its way out. Bergstrom making the clearance. 2 minutes left. We've done it. We're through to the goddamn final. And that final is exactly what we'll be back for. It is in 3 days' time and against Sparta Rotterdam. We will be at home, oddly. I'm not sure what the reasoning for that is. Oh, here we go. So, sorry, the first leg, it's 2 legs again. We'll be back for both legs. That's odd. So we get the home advantage for the first leg, and then there'll be the following game 5 days later. So I hope you'll be back for that in the next episode. If you have enjoyed today's, then there's some stuff on screen for you to watch now and click over to and give the channel a little subscribe, video a like, all that goodness. Thanks very much for your time.